Hello world, hello YouTube, hello Flosstube, and hello all my lovely subscribers and whoever is watching this Flosstube. It is Flosstube 29. I actually remembered, and today is July 22nd, Wednesday, 2026. It is 10 p.m. here in Finland. Yeah, we've still got daylight. Living here up north this time of the year, it means our nights are short and days are long. At least when it comes to the light. So today I will be talking about what I've been doing for the past 3 weeks, because I have not been here since, I think it was it July 1st or June 30th? Well, the beginning of the changing of the months. I can't remember what. Did I say I have any plans? If I did, I don't know what they are. uh, it's again been a bit of a toss in time. Well, anyhow, I thought I'd tell you something, and I actually forgot to. I have my spreadsheet here next to me, and I don't have that spreadsheet that I wish I had. Anyhow, I made a list. So this is for this Flosstube and my light. I've tried to do something with my light situation. Let's see if it's gonna be any help. For the first 21 days, because it was until yesterday, I have stitched on 16 whips, of which I have 3 finishes, of which I only remember one. I don't know why. I have started 4. Yeah, I'm crazy. And I have done 13,485 stitches, which for me is not the usual. But let's go through this list and see where I get up to. The first one is a start. These are in no particular order, just in some kind of an order. I will never, ever, ever have a original Vincent van Gogh on my walls, so I got Cafe Terrace from Artisy. It's 240 by 300, and I'm stitching it on, I think that's 27 count, Linda. And I just started it. And I got a whooping 80 stitches on it. I was supposed to do more, but I've been tired. I picked it up and I thought, yay, now I'm gonna do 500. 80. But it will continue. For some reason, I've been starting these full coverage. I have been doing something else also, but full coverage seems to be the thing for this month. Then Baby Zebra, which is also an Artisy chart. Baby Zebra is my whip call for July. And once ready, will look like this. It is Teresa Clark. Terina Clark, oh my gosh. Let's start again. Baby Zebra is art that Terina Clark has made. And also charted, it's 92 times 122 in stitches. I got 529 into it. And it is at 3,702 stitches out of 63,005. It's at 58.72%. And this is parking. Let's turn that this way. So what I did this time was I filled in maybe a few stitches in the ear and then filled in its hair. So here is where baby zebra is. And baby zebra is second in row to get finished. Second in row from this moment. So that will get done. This is stitched on, I think this is 18 count. 18 count gridded Ada. Where am I putting my stuff? Yes, that was baby zebra. Then I have Be Unique. As you can tell, can you tell after? Yeah, now I am going in alphabetical order. No, I'm not. Don't listen to me today. Yeah. I'm just gonna tell you the statistics and everything else is. It's sort of like, ooh. Be Unique is a chart that I got from Sherry. She's a Texas girl living in there's one state in Alabama. Yeah. I was going to say one state in between Texas and the state where she lives, but I just remembered that it's Alabama. And she also has a Flosstube. If you have not seen it, go and check it. It's Hecate's needle. And what Be Unique will look like is this. It is a chart by Svetlana Hrubak from X Free Stitch. It's just X Free is the Etsy shop. And Be Unique got 415 stitches, which brought it up to 1,500 stitches. I've been going through my whips, part of them getting it to the next 500 or the next 1,000. And then, and some I've been stitching for some other reason, but Be Unique is was stitched to get to the next 500, which is 1,500. I do not have the total amount because this is a paper chart. Whip 4 is Amy's Sanctuary. Amy's something sanctuary of stitching. It was the chart that we received once you took part in Heaven and Earth Design Sal for 2026, which was open last year at the end of the year, November till something. It's closed now, and we were told that if we stitch one page, we would get an Amy Stewart exclusive. And my goal was to stitch that one page. And they took it away. Thankful for that, but they actually gave us, when we got our charts for the SAL, we also got this exclusive chart of Amy's. I have to check the name. Amy's Sanctuary of Stitching, and this is the max color version. Not the SSMC, it's just MC. And this is an exclusive chart. I do not know if by any chance there will ever be chance to get this otherwise. So I'm stitching from this side to this window's I'm stopping between the fireplace and the window. So I'm just stitching the actual cross-stitching part. Even that is 134 stitches, and that's big enough for me. So what I got stitched was 237 stitches to get it to its first 1,000. Yay! I only have got 133,000 stitches left to go. So I'm going in the first 10 row block, and that 233 stitches got stitched here. So I'm in the roof. This is 28 count something. I'm terrible with the names of these fabrics sometimes. 1/1 full cross, like I do most of my full coverage. Then we have African Giants. African Giants is by Artsy. It takes me back to my childhood in Kenya. The image is from Fuzz Caforio, and the chart is by Artsy, 185 by 200. And once done, it will look like this. The mountain behind is Mount Kilimanjaro, and the elephant in front is an elephant. And I got 151 stitches in to get it to 1,500. So I am way up in the sky. I've almost got my first row done. But that is in the sky of the African Giant. And I'm stitching cross-legged once again. Then we have bird 33-1, which I call my brain just my lookalike. If not so much the actual face piece, but it's more like the vibe you get from it. I feel like my head is just a beautiful mess like this has. This is a chart by Tidy Patterns, TIDY, which you can find on Etsy. The chart is called Bird 33-1. And do I have, it's 107 by 116. I'm stitching it on a 32 count Murano 2/2. Yeah. And I have got 540 stitches stitched into it this month. I am at 4,973 stitches out of 5,910, which brings me up to 84.15. And this is my at the moment, this is my first focus on a finish. Once I get this done, I will go to baby zebra. Yeah, look alike. At least, if I'm not that colorful, at least my head has a lot of colors in it. More the inside than the outside. Then we have Geelong Cats. Geelong Cats is here. Fun with cross stitch, and they're especially Nessa made us charts for the AFL Australian Football League, and she also made charts for the National Rugby League. And both of them have a game, different games. I am in the AFL. This is what Geelong Cats will look like. So the chart is made by Nessa, and the copyright is Fun with Cross Stitch Group, which means Nessa and Sharon. Sharon also, she has the group Fun with Cross Stitch, and they have wonderful games there. And she also, Sharon, has her own Flosstube channel, which is Fun with Cross Stitch. And Nessa also has her own Flosstube channel, which is Stitching with Nessa. But I am here with the boy is ready, or the player, and I'm stitching the shield. Is it called a shield? That's what I'm calling it. And I have done 5,958 stitches for this month. And I am at 57.76%. I'm a bit behind. I have done all the games for June until the end of June. At the moment, I'm stitching the 720 stitches that is needed for the first game, which was the 4th, I think. The 4th. Actually, I have the spreadsheet. No, I don't. I thought I had the spreadsheet for the game. Anyhow, they play every week. So, and I'm stitching 10 times what their score is. Like 720 stitches meant that they got 72 points. But this is Geelong Cats, AFL. And somebody, I had shown this, and I had said that I'm stitching this, and I had just taken a picture, and I was watching Sharon's latest Flosstube last week, and somebody was, okay, so you're from Australia. No, I'm not. I'm Mia. I'm from Finland. But yeah, I just happened to be stitching on AFL and watching an Australian Flosstuber. But this will get more stitches. The next game is on the 24th, which is Friday. And before that I have that 720, of which I have stitched something, but I'm missing, like, I don't know. Plus, they had a game where they got 102 points, so I need 1,020 for that. But that was Geelong Cats. Then we have Baby Wombat. Where is my... I have it on the same fabric as the zebra. Baby Wombat is a chart that I had purchased ages ago, and Judy, who is she's an Aussie who traveled with her husband around Australia. Her channel is an Aussie and a Kiwi go traveling, something like that. Well, anyhow, her grandson had his birthday during their trip, and she had different kind of challenges on their trip. Now they're back home, but I started this wombat because I wanted to for her grandson. And Baby Wombat got 432. Maybe I need to show you the right way. Here is the wombat. This is not working today. There you go. So the wombat is there. I sort of like started going, I started going by the rows, and I got 432 stitches to get it to its first 1,000 stitches. And Baby Wombat is at 9.39%. So it's got a bit more to go. And since it's the same fabric as the zebra, it's that 18 count, easy grit. Then we have anemone. I don't know how it's pronounced in English, but it's Heaven and Earth Designs. Yes, Heaven and Earth Designs chart, and whose picture art is it made of? Irina Garmashova is the artist, and it's 400 by 270, stitching it 1/1. This is what it will look like. I am way up here in this blue part between the head and the ear. That was where I was stitching, and Anemone needed 441 stitches to get to the next 1,000, and this is stitched on 22 count. I need to put my goggles on. Yeah, 22 count white hardanger 1/1 full cross. And I'm just in the sky. Quite many of my stitches have skies, but this sort of like has the cat's head started and a bit of the background. This I was stitching in this blue part. So 441 stitches got in, took it to 1.85%, and it got to 2,000 stitches. Yeah. Now it's at around 2,000. So what I'm trying to do with all my whips, except for a few that are sort of like ongoing and have their own stitch counts, I am stitching my whips to the next 500 or 1,000, and that got it to its 2,000. Yep. Then we have Scandi Forest Blues. This is a chart that Laura I Stitch Birds. She has a Flosstube channel called I Stitch Birds. She's a Finn who lives in Melbourne, Australia. She was stitching this. She had all but the head and the ears and the front feet of the bunny done, and then the flowers underneath it. This leaflet. And at least this white flower. And this butterfly down here was done, and that white flower and the mushroom. That was what she had got done, and then she was pondering on a live that I'm gonna chop it up. I don't want to stitch on it. Not sure if the words were quite that, but I said that no, bunny needs a head. I'm gonna adopt it from you and stitch it. So she packed it into an envelope and sent it to me, and I have been stitching on it. And maybe I should take this side out so that I can show all of it. This month I have got 1,043 stitches into it, and I've been stitching on this side. And I think it's the white part of the bird down here. Then I did the flowers. I've done this. I've done the butterfly. I've done these blue parts and the orange, and then these two small blue. I don't know if they're small trees or are they leaves or, yeah, but that's what I've been stitching this month. My idea was to stitch 100 stitches a day, but with my extreme anxiety and tiredness and yeah, that's not been possible. But when I've picked this up, I've tried to stitch either one element, like the bird, or this branch, or like all these flowers here, or then 500 stitches. And I've been, yeah, as you can tell with the stitch count 1043, that's the 500 stitches is not happening because I have stitched on more than just twice on this piece. Excuse me. So Scandi Forest Blues, it's a paper chart, so I don't have what it's going to be in whole or percentages or anything. But what I have done is, while I've had it, I have stitched 3,045 stitches into it. And this is one that it's out all the time, so that I'm stitching on this sort of like just when I pick it up. That is Scandi Forest Blues, adopted from Laura. I stitch birds. Oops. Stay. Then 2, 4, 6, 7 whips more. Tour de France is going on, and I thought I'd stitch Aloha Kitten for it, but I have to say that with my brain not functioning properly, with all the anxiety and tiredness and all, it's not, because you have to stitch a certain amount. You have to. If you take part of the game and you want to go with it, then you have a certain amount of stitches each day that you need to stitch. And this being because this is max color, this is really full of color changes, then I just thought, no, I can't do it. But what I did for it, this is a chart made by, the art is made by Siske, who has a Facebook group, and she made the picture, and Top Bobbin Designs made it into a chart for her, and they both graciously gifted the chart for us who belong to her group. Siske Stitches, Siske Stitches is the group. So it was just given to us for free. It's a big one. Just a moment. It has 239 colors. Yeah. It's it is 360 high, 360 wide, and 239 colors. So it's a big one for me. 129,600 stitches, of which I got to the first 1,000 with 127 stitches. So here I am, the first 1,000. I've only got 260 60 stitches that way, and yeah. But it started, it's at its first 1,000, and this come out via my plans. Then, so I did not take this to be my Tour de France piece because of the richness of colors. I am hoping I will be in a better place at the end of April, August, at the end of August, when La Vuelta, the stitching competition around Spain, starts, that maybe I will have it to stitch the colors for this with that cycling competition. But at the moment, if I am where I am now, I'm not going to I just can't do it, concentrating on the amount of color changes. So what I did, I chose Fun with Cross Stitch chart, which they have a game called Safari in the group, and Nessa, when the game started, everyone who started participating in it got a free chart. That I'm not sure. It says Fun with Cross Stitch Safari freebie, but I just call this Safari. And I had done a bit. So I think I had 150 or something stitches like that on the top of the elephant's head. This is what it will look like once done. And this is what I have been stitching. Stitching for the Tour de France. Up till today, I have done 2,739 stitches on it. I missed 2 days, but I have caught up. I have a list. The blue parts have been the days that I have been catching up on. And the pinks are the normal days where I've stitched on the actual day. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It ends on Sunday. So there's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 4 days left. And I am here with this beauty. I hope you can see the light colors here. The elephant's head is also a light color. And yes, I didn't realize that this is also this is also a chart that has gazillion colors, but this also has block stitching like through the middle of the head and this side. And yeah, if I would have checked the chart before starting, I would have chosen something easier. But yeah, here is Safari with the addition of 2000, what was it? 2,739 stitches. With the 4 days, it's going to have 185, that is kilometers per day. They did have one day that it was so hot that they took off 30 kilometers. Yeah, but they still had 150 kilometers to go. So the 4 days that are coming up, that's going to be 313, 413, 513, 546, 617-ish, if I can count correctly in my head. It will go over 3,000. I think I've done a bit extra. But anyhow, this will get over 3,000 stitches in all during July. The games, the cycling competition Tour de France, which is where they're going around France, they started in Spain, in Barcelona, I think. Yeah. And then they came over to France, and the rest is in France. So I think it's quite a good. It's sort of like also an easy, because the stitch counts have been 20 to 200 and what's the biggest? 206 was the biggest. Mostly between 100 and 200, or let's say 150 between 200 have been the main part of the stitching. But that is Tour de France 2026. So 1 kilometer means 1 cross stitch. Then I was influenced. Yeah, not my fault. This is Anu's fault. Hey, Anu. She influenced. She started stitching this, and this was so cute that how could I resist? How could I resist? This is called bookworms. Where do I have the chart? Oh, yikes. It should be. I put my charts into alphabetical order, but this is not. Oh dear me. I don't know my alphabets. Where do I have? Ah, no. Okay. Let's start again. So I have a chart that I bought because Anu from our Finnish cross stitch group, she twisted my hand and she made me do it. The chart is called Smart Worms. Don't ask me where the bookworms came from. And it's a chart by Savelieva Anna. Cross stitch. Smart Worms. This is 85 by 87. It has colors. It has a few blends. I changed the colors to suit my this is the original. I think they're so cute. And since you can play with the colors on PK, this is the colors that I will be stitching. So it's a blue worm, the other one. And I got 462 stitches into it to make it to the first 1,000. This is my second start for it. I started on a piece that was 1/1, but with the blends. I did not realize that it has blends. So when the first blend came along, I decided I'm not doing this. It was so chunky. So I changed it to 18 count Ada. 2/1, so I can do the blends. But here it is. 1,000 stitches out of 4,194. So not a big one. But that wasn't started this month. That was earlier. Yeah. Well, anyhow, it's still not my fault. Then we have summer bookmark. And that was something that it was a sappho. Start and finish and finalized. Jana influenced me on this one. Jana in our Finnish cross stitch group is the one who finds all kind of beautiful freebies, and then she posts them into our group, and then yeah, that's a rabbit hole that's deep. So I do not have it anymore. This is a chart by Maria Diaz. The original colors were something completely different, but I made this for my firstborn, whose favorite color is blues and turquoise. And I thought the purple dress would just fit into that color scheme. So I stitched this and I finalized it, and last weekend I saw my daughter and I gave it to her with a book. So that was start. That was actually the first start for the month, but it was also a finish for a month. The second start for the month. Oh yeah. Summer bookmark got 897 stitches, cross stitches plus gazillion back stitches, which I do not count. And it's ready. Then Seaside. Seaside also was one that Jana showed in our group. And since I like stitching seagulls, well, there was no choice. I do not have a picture of this. I just have the chart, so I'm not going to show that, even though it's a freebie. But it a freebie from who? Yeah, and I don't even have it in Pattern Keeper. It's just a PDF. I do not remember whose it is. But this is where I am. This is 17 stitches wide. And somewhere here is the halfway. I think it was 177 stitches high. And I have done 995 stitches. Yeah, not at 100 or 1,000, but 995 stitches is 76.01%. So this also will be a finish shortly. Maybe not in June, because I want to get the 33-1 done, and then Baby Zebra, and then possibly this one. It's a small one, so I have to make sure I don't lose it. Then the final one is a new start. Also, I made an order from ristipisto.fi, which in Finnish is cross stitch, a Finnish cross stitch shop. And she had an offer that when you do an order in July, you get a free chart. And I got the free chart, and the chart is called P140. Don't ask me. And it is there any information of whose it is? I'm just going through the chart to see if I can find any info. But no. I'm sorry, I do not have the information of whose. Actually, I do. Just a moment. I'll open a spreadsheet where I think I have the information of who has done the whose chart it is. P140. Ava stitch. It's stitched on 18 count Ada, and it's 7,137 stitches, 61 by 170. Started on July 16th. And this is quite a pixelated once you look at it on the mock-up. Now I can't see you because I'm in Excel. There you go. Well, it doesn't look that bad. But anyhow, this was twice the width, but I cropped off the. She is looking at mountains, and I didn't want to stitch the mountains. I wanted to stitch the girl. Yeah, because I like cropping. So I have done the first 500 stitches. I have done the first top row, and here is where it is. This is 18 count gridded Ada. I got. And this I hope 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 61 wide. So I was gonna say maybe I'll try to do one row at a time. You know, this block. This block row. But that would be 610 stitches. Which doesn't fit my plans. Yeah, that was it. That was my cross stitching for the past 3 weeks. And I have one more. On Monday, Art Mishka on Facebook and in Instagram said that she's having a 3-week sal called Bird Song. The designer is Anna Gutova from Parma, Italy, and her she is ARTMISHKA cross stitch. So this is her 3-week long free saddle called Bird Song. This is the first part. The next part will come next Monday, and then the final part will come the Monday after that. So the first Monday of August. Wow. Are we in the last full week of no, we're not. Yes, we are. July is over on Friday next week is the last day. God, where is this time flying? Anyhow, before I've been blah 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 for an hour, this was a stitch. Oh my god. So I started yesterday because I just did 329 stitches. 472 stitches, I'm sorry. This has 541. I started it on Monday. Today is Wednesday. I didn't stitch yesterday at all. Yeah. Going forward, I am not doing a whip parade, mid-year whip parade. I'm sorry, my brain just I can't handle it this time. It's yeah. I apologize. I did promise that I would do it, but yeah, I've been exhausted, and going forward, I will continue on Tour de France. once Tour de France is over, there's a week gap, and then Tour de France Femme starts. That's 9 days. I will be stitching on that, and I think I will continue with Safari. Then I'll be stitching Chill on Cats. The games will be ending in next month, I think. I'm not sure. So there's a lot to go for that. But then I have said that I want to get my stitches to the 500 or the 1,000, whichever is the logical next step on my whips, and I will go with those. I actually made I like my spreadsheets and I like my numbers. So I have been following up what I have done already on which whips I have got to the next 500 or 1,000. I have not been stitching on my paper charts. I think I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them. But anyhow, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5. 6. Anyhow, all but the Safari and Chill on Cats will, and my finishes, because so which means Bird 33-1 and Baby Zebra. Those are the ones that I'm going for a finish. The first 2 that I want to finish, starting sort of like that. But anything else, I have counted what they need to the next 500 or 1,000. The stitch count might be 27 or it might be 861. That's what I'm seeing at the moment. If the whip is under 1,000, I want to get it to the first 1,000. That's why there's an 861 here. Anything over 1,000, doesn't matter if it's 10,000 or 16,000 or whatever, or 502, it's gonna get to the next 500 or the next 1,000. And counting, I made my spreadsheet count all the whips that I have at the moment, which I'm not admitting that I have 69. I've been starting a bit, except for the paper charts. What I have not stitched on yet to the next 500 or 1,000, counting all those stitches together, will be 19,137 stitches. So that could actually be a good goal if I could get my head back to, or my body back to not being tired and exhausted and anxiety and exhaustion. That could be a really good amount of stitches for a month. Yes, it would. Anyhow, we still have a week of July. I will be stitching on Chilongats, and I will be stitching on Scandi Forest Blues, and I will be stitching on Safari for Tour de France, and I will be stitching on something else. I hope to get a bit better amount, but I don't think I'll get 7,000 stitches to get to 20,000 this month. So but that's okay. Or I need 6,500, but I think that's too much at the moment. Yeah, and once I sort of like get a day's stitch done, I will pick up to the 500 or 1,000 and then try and get that done. Once I have got all these up to the next 500 or 1,000, then I'm gonna, whenever I pick it up, I have not come to a conclusion how I'm going to continue. Yeah, but anyhow, after they're to the 500 or 1,000, they will get 500 stitches. That's sort of like something that's a good thing. Yes, anyhow, thank you for being here. I got an hour in, even though I thought I was going to be quick. If you want to hear a life update, stay here. If you're okay with what I've told you and want to go see somebody else, then thank you for visiting. I hope you like this video, and I would love a comment. And I will see you next time. And remember to love yourself. But to those who want a quick update on life, well, I have been saying that I've been exhausted, I've been anxious, I've been tired. I had a meeting that we were supposed to have a meeting to determine if I will go to try work, but the person from the workplace did not come. He had forgotten the whole thing, and that's sort of like the worst thing that you can do for me. It's understandable that people have different, people forget stuff, I know, for one, but when it was sort of like it was an important thing for me. It was, I just broke down. That was sort of like I felt I am invisible and I am easy to forget, so that was not nice. And it's taken its toll. But then a week ago, Wednesday, my dad had some kind of a fit. Health stuff. I was taking my mum to her physio in a neighboring town, and when we got back home, Dad was sitting on the stairs. They have 3 steps to get into the townhouse, and the neighbors, both the ladies from the neighbors were the other one was with my dad in their garden, and the other one was outside, coming to tell us that, hey, something's wrong. And I called an ambulance for my dad, and they took him to the hospital, and he was in the ER. That it was like from 2-ish in the afternoon, and then by night he was taken to a ward, and he stayed there for 2 days. Then he got home. I was in the ER with him, and that's, it was tough. Seeing somebody you love and who's really important, being sort of like not there. He seemed confused, and he wanted to, they didn't find, they CT scanned his head and his veins from his throat area, and nothing was found. So there was sort of like nothing, no explanation for it. But yeah, he's home. He's having a nurse go once a day to check up on him. He lives well. My parents both live in their own townhouse, and he's a bit slower. It had some kind of effect, and it's been sort of like hard to follow. Yeah. So that's me and my life, and I think you've heard enough. Thank you for being here and seeing my stitches and listening to me ramble about my life. Yeah, I will be back. Today is the 22nd. It's a Wednesday. I might be back on Tuesday if sort of like life is easy enough. So the 28th, or actually I think since I'll be back on Tuesday. Yeah, unless health said something else. So the 28th, and let's see what I've got done by then. Hopefully something. Oh yeah. You remember that big thingy I did for my daughter? The Love Me Not. Just a moment. Oh, it's here. We went and bought a frame for this. This is Love Me Not by Fanetch, but I can't remember her first name. It was a Heaven and Earth Designs, but it's retired. So I think it was a couple of weeks ago. My firstborn she came. She lives in another town, so she came here, and we went to search for a frame, and we got it. Then we went to meet my parents. But yeah, I got the frame, and now I have ordered a. It's called bookboard. To put so that I can put this fabric on the bookboard and then mount it on the bookboard and then put it in the frame. I will be putting some kind of a, what's the right word? You know what you put in between when you're quilting a blanket? Then you put that soft stuff. I can't remember what it's in English. I don't think I can remember what it's in Finnish. Well, anyhow, just to keep the fabric off the bookboard, so there will be sort of like it will work as a filter between two different materials, and then I'll be getting it framed. And I think I need to do it before next week's Tuesday and show you the framed piece. Yes? Would you like that? I think you would. Because after that, when I give it to my daughter, I will see it only when I go and visit her. Which, of course, is the idea when you give something to somebody. Yeah, but that was, yeah. I got the book boards, so I think I'll be doing some finalizing for something else also that I will be framing. Yes. So thank you a lot for being here. I really enjoy I enjoy a lot of things with making these floss tubes. First of all, seeing you, even though I really don't see you, but talking to you, showing you, telling you. I enjoy speaking English. It's one thing that's the first language I think I've ever actually, apart from my first word and something like that, has been English. So this is really nice. Third, I love my statistics and sharing them. I know not everybody counts the stitches. I know not everybody um, is there for the numbers. They're more there for the actual stitching and seeing the person. But I think there are also many in this community that understand numbers being important. But they're important to me, and it's important to me to share what's important. It's important to me to share what is important. I don't know. I lost my thought. Squirrel. You get the idea. I love telling you my numbers. Um, yeah. And then I love having the interaction with you. So, um, thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope the weather is treating you okay. It's been boiling hot here in Europe. I hope if there's anybody who's I hope nobody has suffered from the different kind of elements that Mother Earth is giving us. The fires, the earthquakes, the floods, I hope you're safe. And remember to love yourself. Bye.